when people talk about being in shape, muscle is that shape. It's not just the absence of fat. It is that muscle that's giving you strength and yeah, burning the fat off of your body. So being just having a healthy heart is key. And that's the foundation of physical fitness. But right next to that, like 1B, is having a good amount of skeletal muscle mass on your body. You're not going to get sick as much. You're going to stay more independent as you get older. You're going to have a higher metabolism. You're going to look really good with not a whole lot of clothes on. Like all these things happen.
Let's learn how our next guest gets up, dress up, and show up on purpose. Enjoy the episode. Hello, morning enthusiasts. Welcome to the Best Morning Routine Ever podcast. I am your host, Dr. Lunid, and today I have the honor of introducing a very special guest to the show, Dan Kachtik. He is the founder of King William District CrossFit in Texas, a gym he built from the ground up to combine fitness and community. Over the past 11 years, Dan has led San Antonio's fitness scene, creating a supportive environment where people of all ages and all fitness levels can come together and thrive. And that's what we love about CrossFit. It really has the power to do such amazing things. So he transitioned from corporate fitness roles, and after he earned his CrossFit certificate back in '08, he embarked on his entrepreneurial journey. And here he is, a successful gym. They're well established and doing exactly what he set out to do, is to build that fitness and community over in San Antonio. So with no further ado, Dan, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me. I'm excited to be here.
Yes, it's my absolute pleasure. And as I was sharing with you offline, I've been doing CrossFit for a year and a half. So you're the expert, and we're going to pick your brain today. We're very thrilled. So
Yeah.
go ahead, tell us about what led to this fitness journey for you to even start your own gym.
So I knew early on in my life that this is the kind of field I wanted to be involved in. I have early memories. My dad always worked out in the garage. He wasn't a gym goer himself, but he always worked out in the garage. And I was the guy, when I'd go to the grocery store with my mom, I'd be in the aisle reading muscle and fitness magazines. And I just liked that kind of stuff, even as a preteen. And then studied sports medicine in college. And then I was working as a personal trainer out of school, and I really liked it. I'm a very physical person. I like physical movement. I like the body. I like helping people with that. I find it incredibly fulfilling to do that and help people get more fit, and watching how that flows into every other part of your life. And so I knew I wanted to do this, and I was working in a big Globo gym up in Chicago at the time. And I loved what I did with my individual clients, but the Globo gyms, again, it's a big business, like any big business. So there was a lot of pressure to frankly sell stuff to people I didn't think they needed. I got to sell grandma this fancy heart rate monitor. And I'm like, I don't think she needs that. And so it was nice when I found CrossFit. It was almost like the rebellious way to work out back then, back in 2007, 2008, when I started following it. And myself, I considered myself fairly fit at the time, and I started doing CrossFit workouts, and they were kicking my butt. And it showed me I've been doing some of this wrong, that I think what CrossFit brings to working out is a certain amount of athleticism. It teaches you to still be an athlete, which I think is something we need in life that we lose if we don't practice, once we're normal people living our lives and working and stuff like that. So once I found CrossFit, I knew I would eventually open up a CrossFit gym. I knew at that point, these are my people. This is what I'm going to do. It's very authentic. And it took me, that was in Chicago. I'm from Texas, so I kind of wanted to get back here, close to my family, that kind of stuff. But moved down here to San Antonio in 2011. And then, we opened up King William District CrossFit at the beginning of 2013.
Wow. Yeah, that's amazing. I love that you said, they're my people, I found my community, and you wanted to kind of help them thrive in that way. Let's talk about the
Yes.
programming that you put in place to do so.
So I do the programming for my gym. I always have, always will. It's one of the things why I'm in the right field. I just love it. I love the details of that. And yeah, with CrossFit, we're trying to build the ultimate general physical fitness. Like I'm just trying to make you the ultimate generalist. You're going to be good at whatever life brings at you. Taking care of my kids, going on a hike with my family, carrying groceries, working outside in the yard, whatever you want to do. CrossFit's trying to get you ready to do that. And so it's a combination of having good metabolic conditioning. So just your heart can work, your body can work. And then moving your body. So you'll see a lot of basic calisthenics, body weight movements in CrossFit. If you've been doing it yourself, sit-ups, push-ups, squats, pull-ups eventually, but there's other ways to work those muscles too. And then you're going to bring in external objects. So in the gym, that's going to be kettlebells, barbells, dumbbells, all that kind of stuff. And so you're combining those three. You're combining what we would call monostructural movements. You're combining rowing, running, biking, that kind of stuff with a body weight movement and then with a external object, with a barbell, with a kettlebell. And you're combining these three. We call it monostructural gymnastics and weightlifting. And you combine these movements. And as you know, most of our workouts are pretty short in the sense that we're under 20 minutes long. An over 20-minute workout is a long workout in CrossFit. So if you're going to work out for a short period of time and you're going to get fit, you're going to work pretty hard for that time frame. And so we are built to work at high heart rates where you're getting stronger, you're getting your strength conditioning, you're getting your resistance training, you're getting all of that while your heart rate is up. So I would call it a very dense workout. We don't have to do cardio and then weightlifting. We just smash it all together and do it at once.
Yeah, I do love the aspect of adding strength before the WOD. For those who don't know what a WOD is, the workout of the day, and you add strength in there, be it back squat, front squat, or any snatch of some sort. And that actually helps burn so much muscle, burns so much fat. Let's talk about people who are trying to get the misconstrued a notion that just cardio alone is going to burn fat.
No, you're absolutely right. So muscle, and that's such, it is, I'm glad to say that is not becoming as common, but it's still there. Muscle, if I'm sitting on the couch and I have a good amount of muscle on my body, it is a high maintenance tissue. I'm burning a lot of energy sitting on the couch with that muscle. It also, because of the mitochondria that are in your muscle, all these things, you have a better metabolism, a better immune system. So you're just healthier in general. It's not just that I'm not sick. The continuum of I am over here at kind of the peak of fitness. So I'm not just not sick, I am well. And muscle is a big part of that. Having muscle on your body, and male or female, one of the common misconceptions with girls, I don't want to get too muscular. You're not going to get too muscular. You're just not. I can just say that's never, ever happened. It just doesn't happen. Like you would have to work incredibly hard in order to do that. It's never happened by accident. But having muscle on you gives you shape. When people talk about being in shape, muscle is that shape. It's not just the absence of fat. It is that muscle that's giving you strength and, yeah, burning the fat off of your body. So having a healthy heart is key, and that's the foundation of physical fitness. But right next to that, like 1B, is having a good amount of skeletal muscle mass on your body. You're not going to get sick as much. You're going to stay more independent as you get older. You're going to have a higher metabolism. You're going to look really good with not a whole lot of clothes on. Like all these things happen.
Yeah. With the skeletal muscle, though, isn't that genetic? Is that something that's built over time with strength training? Enlighten us.
Yeah. So, no, it is very much built with strength training. So without getting too scientific, but we all have the amount of muscle fibers we're going to have. But when you work them, they get bigger and they work together more and they get more activated by our neurological system. So I say all that with the fact that if you look at like sprinters or you look at gymnasts, male or female, they have a really healthy amount of muscle on their body and they look really good with that. And that's what I would say anybody who works out regularly will kind of look like. You'll be the best version of you. It looks a little bit different on each one of us, but it is the best version of you because we were, in essence, from like an evolutionary standpoint, meant to have a good amount of muscle on our body. Like not an extreme amount, just a useful amount.
Yeah, I love my new body. As I said, I've been doing it for a year and a half and I love it. And I'm like, what took me so long? I used to be a marathon runner
Yeah.
and it took me so long to get here. Now I don't see myself switching back to anything else. And so for me, it really is a 5 a.m. Course for me. I love the 5 a.m. classes. That's part of the morning routine. So I want to dive into your morning routine to see how you get started to continue to build your empire per se. So let's talk about your morning routine a little bit. How do you get up, dress up, and show up?
Good question. So with myself, so I coach the 5:30 and 6:30 a.m. class. Our first class is at 5:30 and we have 6:30. So I'm up at 4 in the morning, 5 days a week. And so like I'm up early. There's a certain so for me, I work out at 7:30 in the morning. So my basic routine is I get up, I have about a 20-minute drive to work. And one of the things I do, so I have my cup of coffee, drink my coffee black, I have my coffee with me in the car. I'm kind of getting ready for the day. I try to listen to something that gets my brain flowing. And
Yeah.
that can be any number of things. The beautiful thing about nowadays is there's plenty of podcasts like this one where it's people talking about, and it can be either just about life. It can be about my industry, CrossFit. It can be anything. It doesn't really, I like the variety, but I want something that's going to turn my brain on and get me thinking, and it gets me ready for the day. So I'm doing that part of the day. I get to the gym. I coach my first couple classes, and then I'm working out at 7:30. um, I make sure as part of my morning routine too, and I'm blessed to be able to do this. Again, I own a CrossFit gym, but I'm going to get outside for a little while. So as part of when I work out at 7:30, I'm going to be outside just for 10 or 15 minutes. But again, it gives me a chance to kind of plan my day, think about what I'm doing, just kind of settle myself. And I do that as kind of my warm up before I go back in to work out. And it doesn't need to be a long time. Like I said, 10 minutes or something like that. Um, my gym is right along a railroad tracks, but I'll just kind of walk along the tracks. There's a little road back there and just kind of do that. And so getting that going, just kind of turning my brain on and then getting that workout in early and getting ready to just be productive from there.
Yeah, and it sets the tone for the day. It's so imperative that it gets done so that you have the energy to give to the people you're training or to make sure you have a great day.
I mean, especially so for myself, even so like on Sunday when I don't coach class, I still get up at 5:30, and Sunday is one of my rest days from working out. But I still think I need to be physically active. So at 7:30, instead of working out, I have some basic stretches, kind of active recovery I do to loosen myself up, and I'll go take a walk in the yard. So while it's not at the gym, I'm still going through the same routine at home. That because I just think every day, I think we are creatures of habits.
Yeah.
And I think starting the day in that way to turn your brain on, turn your body on, get ready to be productive is just key to every day.
Yeah, it's you got to move the body daily. I used to work out 7 days a week. I'm turning it down to 6, but yeah, absolutely.
So
Dan,
yeah, yes, go ahead.
I know you're in San Antonio, so tell us how can we connect with you? Where can we find you, the gym and everything?
Thank you for asking. So yes, my gym is called King William District CrossFit. So it's one of the oldest areas of San Antonio. It's called the King William District. San Antonio is a very old town. So since my gym is in that area, it made sense to name it in that I'm kind of the community gym for the King William District. You can look us up that way on Instagram, King William District CrossFit. So look us up there too. Can't miss us. Yeah, if you want to ever contact me, Dan at KingWilliamDistrictCrossFit.com. So it's all one word. It's kind of long, but KingWilliamDistrictCrossFit.com. And then if you want to ever look me up I go way more into detail I do a weekly YouTube show for my members because they would ask me a lot about programming. So if you look up on YouTube, Right On with Dan, and you can find it's a series I call The Devil's Details because I say the devil is in the details with programming. And I get really into the minutia of it. And so some people find that interesting. Other people don't care and right on. But there's a decent amount of people that find that interesting to why are we doing this? Why are open book? I love to talk about any of this. I'll bore you to tears. I'm a nerd. I love the field I'm in. But if you ever want to reach out to me, text me too. It's 312-927-9575.
Fantastic. Dan, thank you so much for sharing. It's been such a pleasure having you on today. Husband is from San Antonio and we do visit, so I'm gonna have to check you out when I get in town.
Please do. Please come by. I'd love to have that. That would be great.
Fantastic. It's been such a pleasure having you on the show today, Dan. Thank you for coming and sharing.
Thank you for having me. I'll talk to you later.
Perfect. Hope you enjoyed today's episode. Please comment and tell us what was your favorite part, your favorite habit that you are going to try out for yourself today. Comment below. If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe. Until next time, I will see you at the top of your best morning routine ever. Stay blessed.